Well, with me now, the MP Rupa Hutt, Labour Shadow Minister for Crime and Prevention, and from... Sorry?
Oh, sorry, carry on. I was Shadow Minister
You
until
were.
one of the Brexit votes.
I beg your pardon. Right,
I must correct.
Rupa Hutt,
Former Shadow Minister.
Former Shadow
Yeah.
Minister. Beg your pardon. And from New York, Ann Coulter, the Conservative commentator who may well be the reason Trump tweeted this. She is one of only 45 people he follows on Twitter, and she tweeted one of those Britain First videos just before he did. Ann Coulter, did you know that what these videos were was fake news, effectively? That they weren't what they purported to be, and that they were being tweeted by a vile hate group?
I did not know they, to this moment, have been proved to be fake. Have you done an investigation of the Dutch boy being kicked by the Muslim?
The tweet said
Have
it
we
was a
interviewed
migrant
them?
Muslim, and there is absolutely no evidence found that it was either a migrant or a Muslim.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
So,
okay, this is the old. No, this is the old.
okay, so it's the
trick.
usual.
We
You
can't
have
prove
no
it. It must
evidence
be
for what you
false.
tweeted. Okay, fine.
No, well, that isn't proving it false.
We've
if you
established
produce
that you
evidence
have
that it's
no
false, I will
evidence.
be happy. We have established that you have no evidence.
You were the
That's
one who
what
was
we've
tweeting
established. Well, if it's false, I'll say that it's false. But you can't just say, oh, you haven't proved it, therefore it's false.
Well,
if only you had a multi-million-dollar news investigation bureau behind you, maybe you could find out. But no, this idea that we won't count how many Muslims are committing crimes, we won't count how many immigrants are committing crimes, and therefore
Yeah, we're off the
anyone who
point
makes
now.
any
Don't worry
estimate or
about that.
says anything
Rupa
about
Hutt,
it.
why does this matter? Can you explain to Ann Coulter why it matters that the president is tweeting this stuff?
Look, these people have scant regard for facts. They don't ever fact check their stuff. I think it's appalling, it's unacceptable, it shouldn't go unchallenged. And the thing is, these kind of things have consequences. So, I mean, yesterday in the House of Commons, we launched Islamophobia Awareness Month. And every time these kind of things happen, you hear of hijabs being ripped off girls, you hear of, you know, even grandfathers coming home from the mosque at midnight. In some cases, you know, we've had deaths from these.
Britain bans
these
hate
tweets
preachers.
have consequences.
Britain bans hate preachers. It's banned people from America in the past.
Yeah.
Should Donald Trump be allowed here?
No, he shouldn't. And already that visit has been downgraded. It was going to be a state visit. It's now going to be a visit. Whatever it is, we shouldn't be rolling out the red carpet, any coloured carpet. Even if he comes on a visit, he will still be in Downing Street. He'll still be flying the flag. It's completely unacceptable. This man is noxious, and his presence in this country is not conducive to harmonious race relations.
Ann Coulter, you see the reaction here. The truth is that this is exactly what you want in America, though, isn't it? Because Donald Trump was tweeting this for his own immigration campaign in America rather than the effect in Britain.
No, the same way you're commenting on American politics right now. Every once in a while, Americans are interested in what's happening in Britain. I don't think it is about his domestic politics. Again, you haven't established this is untrue. It certainly seems to be true. We are in the middle of an avalanche of massive violence by Muslims screaming out Allahu Akbar. Certainly, I'm not in favor of hijabs being ripped off, but I think it's a little bit worse to be blown up in the tube or shot up at a nightclubs in New York, be running down pedestrians. I mean, look, this has the ring of truth. It's not like it was a video of monkeys performing open heart surgery. You have no evidence that it's untrue. This is how the internet works.
It sounds
People
true.
comment
It has
on
the ring of
news.
truth.
They send things out.
This is extraordinary. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
and you
hearing
have
the
no
White
evidence
House
that it's not true.
spokesperson saying it doesn't really matter whether the videos are true.
Comical alley. I think we've
It's
got
the
comical
threat.
alley here.
No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that. Your entire
Well, the
premise
White
of
House
this
says that.
discussion is it must be false. Well, we have no evidence that it's false. I saw the video. You saw the video. Why don't you find the two of them and prove it's false instead of having an entire discussion just assuming it's false?
The interview with the Dutch website who uploaded the video. They looked into it. The police looked into the incident. There was absolutely no evidence he was either a Muslim or
really,
a migrant. You're just making this stuff up.
Like
and now you're standing by it because you can't back up anything that you tweeted.
Rotherham police looked into the Pakistani rape gangs, like the MPs.
Well, this is what you always do. You always change the
looked
subject into
that.
something else. We're not talking about that. We're talking
I'm
about
not
what you
changing the
tweeted.
subject. We are living in a world where the media, police chiefs, the government lie to us about this epidemic of Muslim violence. So yeah, you have to rely on other sources for this.
Rupa?
I mean, they're just using this for him to play to the gallery, the way that he uses our nation. America is meant to be our closest ally and our oldest partner. We're meant to have a special relationship. And the way that this man has used our country to propagate his noxious, vicious, right-wing Islamophobic agenda, and it's part of a pattern, isn't it? The way he snipes at Sadiq Khan. I think some crime figures were released, NPS figures, and he was having a go at Sadiq Khan for this. The attack that wasn't an attack in Oxford Street the other day, it was almost that he was annoyed. I mean, these people, the Muslim ban, the wall with Mexico, we want the kind of president who's into building bridges, not walls. Pulling out of the climate change agreements, the list goes on. Theresa May, to her credit, when she was Home Secretary, she was actually quite swift to ban people that she didn't want in this country. People like Tyler, the Creator, who was a rapper who did homophobic lyrics.
Let's not get into rapping, but...
Well, look, I mean, I think if she applies those same standards, every time there was a statement saying that entry to Britain is not a right, it's a privilege, we do not welcome people who do not share our values.
Rupa Huq,
For that reason,
thank you
she
very
should be
much,
allowed.
and Coulter, thank you for joining us as well. Jackie.